Listen closely, because what I'm about to say might free you from years of living small. The more you explain yourself, the more you shrink yourself. That's the hook. That's the truth. And today you stop shrinking. People will always ask you to explain yourself when they can't recognize the size of the mission you're carrying. They want clarity because they can't see what you see. They want validation because your movement disrupts the comfort of their expectations. But here's the truth: your purpose was never designed to be universally understood. When something is planted in your spirit, it's not a community project, it's a personal assignment. And the moment you start translating what was whispered to your soul into a language meant for crowds, you lose the purity of what makes your direction divine. There's a difference between sharing your path and seeking approval for it. Too many people confuse the two. Explaining yourself is often just a hidden form of asking for permission, and permission is the fastest way to dilute your potential. The more you try to justify why you're choosing the road you're on, the more you unintentionally place your destiny up for discussion. You give people who were never meant to influence your journey the power to shape or shrink it. That's how dreams die, not because they were impossible, but because they were turned into public debates. Every purpose driven decision requires a level of courage that explanations simply can't coexist with. When you explain yourself, you're slowing down to match the pace of someone who wasn't meant to walk beside you. You're pausing your progress to educate people who have no interest in evolving themselves. And in that pause, in that moment where you try to make your internal clarity make sense externally, your confidence begins to crack. You start questioning what you once knew with certainty. You start doubting what felt natural. And the worst part is, you start seeking external confirmation for ideas that were gifted to you, not them. Some people don't ask for explanations because they care. They ask because they're uncomfortable with your growth. They want you to shrink back into the version of yourself that didn't challenge their insecurities. They want you predictable. They want you manageable. They want you small enough to fit into the box they built around you. And explanations are how that box stays sealed. But when you choose not to explain, when you choose to trust your own inner voice above their outer noise, you break out of that box and they can't stand it. Your purpose doesn't need an audience to be real. It doesn't need a committee to be validated. It doesn't need approval to be activated. It only needs your willingness to honor it. The vision you carry was placed in you because you are the only one capable of carrying it. While others might demand full clarity, all you need is the next step. And when you follow that step without apologizing, without shrinking, without explaining, it builds a momentum that nothing and no one can interrupt. The moment you stop explaining yourself, you reclaim your power. You protect your time, you guard your energy, you honor your intuition, and you step into a version of yourself that moves with quiet confidence, not because you're hiding, but because you're evolving. Explanations tether you to the expectations of others. Silence frees you to rise beyond them. There is a moment in every person's life where they have to decide whether their choices belong to them or to the people watching them. Too many never make that choice consciously. They slide into a pattern of thinking every decision needs to be justified, defended, softened, or approved. That's how people lose their fire. When you treat your decisions like they're a group project, you weaken your authority over your own life. Decisions become heavy not because they're difficult, but because they've been dragged into conversations with people who were never meant to influence them. And the more voices you allow in, the quieter your own becomes. When you see your decisions as a debate, you start preparing arguments instead of taking action. You rehearse explanations instead of building momentum. You focus on convincing others instead of committing to yourself. That is the subtle, destructive shift that steals people's futures. You are not meant to negotiate every step you take. You are not meant to give a tour of your thought process to anyone who questions it. Some of the most powerful moves you'll ever make will not make sense to anyone else. And that's exactly why they work. Innovation, transformation, elevation. They all require a level of self-trust that explanations can't survive. The people who demand explanations rarely carry the weight of the consequences. They'll question why you're changing careers, but they won't feel the exhaustion of staying in the wrong one. They'll critique your relationships, but they won't experience the emptiness of remaining in something that drains your spirit. They'll question your boundaries, but they won't pay the emotional cost of never setting them. And yet, when you allow their opinions to shape your decisions, you give them influence without responsibility. You hand power to people who don't pay the price. That imbalance is how resentment grows. Not because others controlled you, but because you allowed their voices to become louder than your own. Every decision you make is a statement of who you are becoming. When you hesitate, when you look for permission, when you try to explain your reasoning, what you're really doing is seeking reassurance that you won't be judged. But judgment is unavoidable. Even if you do everything right, someone will still have something to say. So, why not make decisions that honor your truth instead of their expectations? Why not choose the path that elevates you, even if it confuses them? You cannot live boldly while trying to be universally understood. Boldness requires a certain level of indifference to outside opinions. When you stop explaining yourself, your decisions become cleaner. You think with clarity instead of fear. You move with intention instead of insecurity. The world starts to feel lighter because you're no longer carrying the burden of proving yourself. You finally realize that your life was never meant to be filtered through someone else's lens. You realize that your choices matter most to the person who has to live with them. There is quiet strength in making decisions and standing in them without apology. You don't need to convince people of your direction for it to be right. You don't need agreement to move forward. You don't need consensus to grow. You simply need the courage to honor the voice inside you that says, go. The moment you stop turning your decisions into debates, you reclaim your right to evolve on your own terms. Every time you explain yourself, you unknowingly place your identity up for negotiation. You hand pieces of who you are to people who may not value them, understand them, or even deserve them. And once you start trimming your truth to fit someone else's expectations, you begin losing the edges that make you powerful. You start molding yourself into shapes that feel safe, acceptable, predictable. That's how people drift away from their authentic selves. Not because they're confused about who they are, but because they've spent too much time trying to convince others of it. Explanations can seem harmless, but they chip away at your self-definition, one small justification at a time. External expectations are stealthy. They don't show up screaming, they show up subtly in comments, questions, raised eyebrows, doubts disguised as concern. And every time you feel the need to justify your choices in response, you're absorbing someone else's expectations into your system. Their fears become your hesitation. Their limitations become your second thoughts. Their opinions become your internal chatter. You weren't meant to live inside someone else's standards. You weren't born to dim your thoughts or shrink your instincts. Yet explanations create the illusion that others have earned the right to direct your path simply because they asked. People will always have expectations of you about who you should be, how you should act, what you should pursue, and how you should move. But those expectations are often rooted in their comfort, not your calling. The moment you treat their expectations as rules, you lose control of your own narrative. You start living reactively instead of intentionally. You become more worried about how your life looks from the outside than how it feels from the inside. That's the danger of explaining yourself. It allows the world to participate in decisions that were meant to be yours alone. When you explain yourself, you unintentionally open the door for judgment. That's when people start telling you what you should have done, what you need to do, or why your choices don't make sense. They'll pick apart your reasoning from a distance, never realizing that your decisions are built from experiences they've never lived, and the more you listen to those judgments, the more you internalize them. That's when self-doubt sneaks in. That's when hesitation grows roots. That's when you start questioning whether your own wisdom is enough. Explanations shift the spotlight from your intuition to their interpretation. There's also a deeper cost. Every explanation pulls you away from the present moment. Instead of acting, you're discussing. Instead of deciding, you're defending. Instead of moving, you're managing perceptions. Explanations turn your life into a performance, one where you constantly feel the pressure to deliver a justification for every step you take. And performances are exhausting. They drain you mentally, emotionally, spiritually. When you stop explaining, you stop performing, you stop living for applause that might never come, you start breathing again. The truth is, your life becomes lighter the moment you realize you don't have to carry anyone's expectations but your own. You don't owe clarity to people who aren't part of your journey. You don't owe comfort to people who prefer the older version of you. Explanations anchor you to their understanding. Silence frees you to follow your own. Some people treat your energy like an open resource, free for them to question, judge, drain, and dissect. That only happens when you feel obligated to explain yourself. Every explanation you give is an invitation to step deeper into your emotional space. When you stop explaining, that invitation disappears. Protecting your energy starts with recognizing that not everyone deserves access to the inner workings of your mind. Not everyone deserves a seat in the front row of your decisions. Some people were only meant to see the results, not the process. And the moment you start guarding your energy like it's sacred, you begin reclaiming the power that explanations have been leaking. Your energy is the fuel that drives your purpose, ambition, focus, and direction. When you waste that fuel trying to justify who you are or why you're moving differently, you burn out faster. You feel drained, uninspired, scattered. It's not because your dreams are too big, it's because you're pouring your energy into conversations that go nowhere. You're investing emotional labor into people who don't invest in themselves. Protecting your energy requires discipline. It requires knowing when to stay silent, when to walk away, and when to move without announcing every step. Silence isn't avoidance, it's preservation. Most people don't ask for explanations to understand you. They ask to measure whether your growth makes them uncomfortable. And when they realize you're growing in a direction they can't follow, they'll pull at your energy with questions designed to slow you down. Why are you doing that? Are you sure that's a good idea? Why can't you just do things the way you used to? These aren't real questions, they're fears disguised as curiosity. Protecting your energy means recognizing that not all questions deserve answers. Some deserve boundaries, some deserve distance, some deserve nothing at all. There's a powerful shift that happens when you stop explaining yourself. Your energy becomes intentional. You stop scattering it across people who haven't earned it. You begin investing it into your growth, your healing, your goals, your peace. You start realizing that your energy is currency and you've been spending it on the wrong things. When you stop over-explaining, you naturally become more selective. You choose your conversations more carefully. You choose your company more wisely. You choose your battles more strategically. And suddenly your life begins to align. Protecting your energy also means trusting yourself enough to know when silence is stronger than justification. Explanations often come from a place of insecurity, fear of judgment, or desire for acceptance. But when you know your intentions, when you know your heart, when you know the purpose behind your moves, you don't feel the need to defend them. That's when your energy becomes grounded, steady, untouchable. People feel that shift. They feel the difference between someone who explains for approval and someone who moves with conviction. Every time you withhold an unnecessary explanation, you strengthen your boundaries. You teach people how to treat you. You teach them that your mind is not a public forum and your decisions are not open cases. And that lesson changes everything. Your confidence grows. Your presence becomes stronger. Your energy becomes something people respect instead of something they question. Because once you protect your energy, you start living from a place of intention, not reaction. And that is where your power truly begins. There's a rare kind of strength in a person who moves with intention and doesn't feel compelled to announce their every step. Silence used correctly isn't passive, it's powerful. It's the quiet confidence of someone who knows exactly what they're doing and doesn't need validation to keep going. When you stop explaining yourself, you create a different kind of presence. one that speaks louder than any justification ever could. People feel it. They sense the certainty, the groundedness, the self-trust. Silence creates an aura of purpose that explanations can't duplicate. It shows you're aligned with your decisions instead of defending them. Most people talk too much about what they're planning because they're searching for comfort, agreement, or reassurance. But when you speak on your plans prematurely, you expose them to opinions that weren't meant to shape them. You let insecurity undercut momentum. Silence protects your vision while it's still forming. It gives your ideas the space they need to grow without interference. When you don't explain, you protect the early stages of your growth from unnecessary commentary. Silence becomes a shield, not because you're hiding, but because you're building something that doesn't need an audience. Yet, there is a discipline to silence. It requires you to trust your instincts even when others don't see the full picture. It requires faith in your path even when people question your direction. It requires strength to resist the urge to defend every move you make. But that discipline becomes a superpower. When you stop explaining yourself, you start hearing yourself more clearly. You get in tune with your intuition. You begin listening to the right voice, the one inside you, not the ones around you. That internal clarity becomes the foundation for every decision you make. Silence exposes people's intentions faster than explanations ever will. When you stop giving detailed reasons, some people will respect your boundaries. Those are the ones who support your growth. Others will get frustrated, offended, or suspicious. Those are the ones who only valued you when they had access to your inner world. Silence reveals everything. It shows you who's connected to your vision and who's attached to your vulnerability. It shows you who wants to understand you and who just wants control. And once you see that difference, you stop giving your explanations to the wrong people. Your results will always speak louder than your explanations. When you act with purpose, you don't need to justify the steps. Progress becomes its own proof. Success becomes its own validation. Growth becomes its own answer. People who doubted your silence will eventually understand it when they see what you've been building. Those who questioned your decisions will have no arguments left when faced with your outcomes. When you move quietly, your achievements become the loudest thing in the room, and that volume can't be debated. Silence is mastery because it keeps you focused. You stop wasting energy defending yourself and start investing that energy into actually becoming the person you envision. You stop explaining who you are and start embodying who you are. You stop narrating your intentions and start living them. That shift transforms your entire presence. There's no noise, no justification, no insecurity, just action. And when your actions are aligned, unwavering, and intentional, you don't need to say a word. Your life becomes the statement. You reach a moment in your life when you realize you weren't put here to be understood. You were put here to become. And becoming is not a tidy process. It doesn't come with explanations, disclaimers, or neatly packaged reasons that satisfy everyone else's curiosity. Becoming is messy, disruptive, and deeply personal. It demands a level of commitment that requires you to stop worrying about how your evolution looks from the outside. People can misunderstand you. That is when your identity strengthens. That is when you step into a version of yourself that can't be shaken. As you grow, you begin to realize that not everyone is meant to understand your transformation, because not everyone was meant to grow with you. Some people were only assigned to your past, not your future. Some people were placed in your story for a season, not a lifetime. And one of the ways you get stuck is by explaining your evolution to people who were never meant to witness your next level. When you stop explaining yourself, you stop dragging people into chapters they don't belong in. You stop seeking acceptance from environments you've outgrown. You stop offering emotional discounts to people who never paid full price for your presence. Letting go of explanations is letting go of unnecessary attachments. It's clearing space for relationships that align with who you're becoming, not who you used to be. Once you no longer feel obligated to explain your growth, you become unstoppable. You move with a different energy. an energy rooted in conviction, clarity, and self respect. You stop being apologetic about your goals, your dreams, your standards, your boundaries, your healing, your ambition. You stop diluting your power to fit into rooms that can't handle your full capacity. You stop letting people treat your evolution like it's something they get to vote on. Becoming is not a negotiation, it is a declaration. A declaration that says, I choose to rise even if you don't rise with me. A declaration that says, I choose to honor my growth even if it challenges your comfort. A declaration that says, I choose myself fully and unapologetically. And when you reach that point, when you become driven more by purpose than by approval, your life begins to shift in ways explanation could never justify.